Good Monday morning to you. Um, Today is February 23rd. Uh, Once again, we are here for Monday Moment. Hope you're doing as well as can be as we are all navigating our way through these spaces and times. Before we get into it today, I was reflecting on something that was brought to the strategy and solidarity uh, page, one of the posts, I think on one of the socials, and not in the app, right? Not where this is live, not where it is in the moment. Clearly, this is a member space, and we have chosen to share that, right? And in invitation for folks to join us in this very we are led to believe, we are told, important space. um, we were told that what we are doing by offering the cohorts, the classes, the podcast, the social media posts, what have you, that what we are doing is a capitalism and counterintuitive, therefore, to a movement away from fascism. And I want to say that first, I understand the impetus for that kind of thinking in growing movement, growing community. Yes. And I also want to say that while I understand the impetus to want to completely unplug ourselves from the mechanisms that we are under, it is impossible to do, right? Because the idea being that if we are giving these offerings, doing this labor, and it is about the movement, said labor should be free and freely available. And what I would like to say is it is. The both the podcast and Monday Moments are free and freely available. They are on YouTube. You don't even, as far as I know, have to subscribe. The conversations continue uh, throughout, publicly on apps, all the sites, all the places. The conversation had continued with the people who offered this very critique, because it was one that was offered in good faith, right? And I am always down to have a discussion uh, in a position of good faith from with somebody who is moving from a position of good faith. And this conversation, I think, is important because what we agree on, right, is that exploiting folks in the movement for our own benefit, for our own financial gain, for our own material gain is not um, ideal as a key motivation. That is not a serviceable, functioning person in movement. If in fact the goal is to get wealthy off of books and lectures, or um, be I have no idea. I don't even, honestly, I don't know how one would get wealthy doing this. Um, my experience, both in these social movement spaces in the transformative social movement spaces and in the movement for the societal, what would be called left, but for my thinking, is really about creating social parity, social equity, opportunity, and health for all of the residents and citizens of a land, right? Now, whatever position that is called, I'm that. I'm that. The site is that. Our movement is that. The movement of which we are a part is that. Um, Now, the nuanced piece of it that I want to offer is for us to understand this. In a pseudo capitalist system, right? Now, the capitalism, that part is purely propaganda. We do not live in a capitalist system, nor am I, nor are you, nor are any of us a capitalist, to be very clear. In terms of this system, we are the capital, right? We are the chess pieces that the capitalists, we are the workforce that they exploit to keep wealth in their coffers. And by we, I mean everybody who is not them. Each and every person on that Epstein list, and every single billionaire on the planet, they're in conversation about how this thing moves forward or does not. The people in your community who sell you bread, whose books you read, who make you coffee, who make your sandwich, who sell you the ingredients to your sandwich, are people, right? And the thing about this world is that in the world in which we live, people have to eat. And to eat, we need money. And this is labor, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. It is also psychic labor built upon decades of experience and work that is geared toward elevating those who are most impacted in this system as we move forward to build a new one from a place of love. And we welcome all actors who are acting from a place that is genuine, who are willing to push toward that place of liberation, wherever they stand physically, whatever their occupation may be. If they are not actively contributing to the deficit of society, if they are actively moving toward the benefit of those who are most impacted in society, those are our allies, as far as I can tell. And I would include us among that, right? And the labor is not free. Many, 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 many of our offerings are available in many spaces, including this, right? But to expect cheap or free labor from those who have somehow become labeled creators or creatives, depending on the context, Um, it's not realistic, you know. It is just really not realistic. We are all in this society. We are all feeling the effects of what's happening. And those of us who are on the left, working toward being able to resolve our conflicts, being able to listen, being able to hear, and listening to hear, listening to understand, not listening to respond immediately. It's a it's a it's a skill. It's a skill. And one that we hope that we are helping those who are interested to build, and those who are interested in debate culture or the belief that it will move us forward. I truly hope that they're right and that the investments of their time yields them the results for which they are working so diligently. And together, we're doing Monday the way that we do it, with a deep breath, understanding that everybody who we are trying to help elevate themselves and start moving toward the most liberatory and self self-assigned and understood um, roles adjacent to their moralities. Um, we're going to take our breath and get ready, knowing that as we move forward, it doesn't benefit necessarily beyond point. And again, this is if the people who are trying to engage are engaging from a place that is honest, that is of good faith, I appreciate it. Take that position, hold that position. And I truly, truly, truly um, hope that it helps move all of us forward, right? And I hope that we are able to move forward together with this breath through this week. Um, Dynamic change, misunderstanding, and trying to find our bearing seem to feel like the modes that we are going to be facing this week, collectively, individually. And as we do, I hope that we will remember patience and listening and kindness. And so, with that, if you are someplace comfortable and it is appropriate to do so, meaning that you are safe, you're not driving, anything like that, there's not a child or a family member or an adult or another person who is dependent on you for all of 2, 3 minutes, then feel free to close your eyes or allow them to rest, just looking softly into the distance. And just notice your breath. And as we're noticing our breath, today I want us to go a little bit deeper. I want you to notice, if you can, the rhythm of your breath, the rhythm of your heart. How's the temperature around you right now? Are you comfortable? How are your fingers? Are your hands dry? Are they clammy? Has your jaw clenched? Can you loosen it if it is? Flexibility, malleability, being able to move through situations, being able to adjust. And when we're talking about adjusting, remembering that we're not talking about adjusting our moral principles. We are not talking about adjusting our goals. What we are talking about is adjusting the tactic and incorporating through that tactic the widest net possible to find the broadest common denominators that allow for us to begin to shift culture. Whether that's at work, in your family, or in your community, the first place is in ourselves. And as we often say, the best way to find just a little bit more spaciousness in the choices that we're making is to just take a moment to take a deep breath. To reset the nervous system. And then to make the best possible choice with clarity. Breathing in, I will make the best choices possible. Breathing out, I will accept that not all of those choices are great. Breathing in, I will make the best choices possible. And breathing out, I will accept the outcomes. And together, let's take a deep breath in. And release. Wonderful to see you, Jennifer. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope that you will expect for something extraordinary to happen for you today and every day. And sometimes you just have to look around for it. It is there. I am in a lit home that is warm, communicating to you through these mechanisms with a nice cup of coffee. And they don't smell half bad. In this economy, I accept the miracle. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will talk to you next Monday. Be well.